going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Time to cover college football week number 8. Here on the channel, I cover every game every single week. I go over every game in college football, every game in the NFL. The NFL videos come out on Thursdays, so definitely swing by the channel tomorrow and get all my predictions on NFL this week. And those predictions are quite valuable coming off a nice week. Overall record this past week was 10-4. We've won back-to-back weeks. And speaking of picks, how about another 2-0 on the whiteboard? Of course, I give you guys my official whiteboard winning free picks every single week. The Steelers -3, Iowa State on the money line. That got our overall record on the whiteboard this year to 9-3. That is a 75% winning percentage. So if you've been coming back to the channel on a weekly basis and grabbing those whiteboard winning free picks, you'd have a nice little chunk of money in your pocket. I hope you guys appreciate that. It takes time to do these videos. I always put those picks on the whiteboard, not ones that make my premium, but ones I really do feel good about, ones that are like this close to me actually submitting my hard-earned money on, but they just don't quite make it. They're very, very close. So just understand that I do put a lot of effort into this. I hope you do appreciate it. Just double check right now. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel and drop a like on today's video as well. As always, if you can get today's video to 500 likes, I'll come back to the comment section and I'll just pin a comment for you guys right there at the top with my best premium pick for the entire week. So do yourself a favor, hit that thumbs up button. There's no obligation. It's totally free. It's just a button. You just tap it. Last week, my college football video got over 4,500 views, and you guys still couldn't get it to 500 likes. That's like 1 out of every 10 of you guys. So do yourself a favor, help me out, support the channel, help yourself out so I can bless you not only with the free picks on the whiteboard, but my best premium pick of the week. So valuable. Again, back-to-back winning weeks in football, coming off a 10-4 week. You want that premium pick this week, so smash that thumbs up button, guys. And of course, I'll update you with another free pick in today's video and in tomorrow's video. Of course, if you do want to win in sports betting on a more professional and serious matter, you can just cut right to the chase. You can see it on the bottom of the screen there, but the link to my website, danspicks.net, it's right in the description of this video. The SoBet link is also down there. I did have a winning week on the SoBet platform. There's a little description down there of what that is as well. But if you guys want a week of picks, a month of picks, whatever you want to do, the link to my website in the description. I am in mid-season form. We got the early season BS out of the way. We've built our sample size. We're familiar with these teams. This is when it gets profitable. Very, very profitable. Again, coming off a 10-4 week, and I still don't have a bottle of champagne. I'm still not going to shoot off fireworks. 10-4 is what I expect and what I have done for almost a decade on a pretty consistent basis. I'm still waiting for that just breakout week, like a 16-1, like a 20-unit profit week. I think it's this week. I really like these slates. If you're not involved, get involved. Again, link to my website in the description below. I get you right on a text list, and I send a text right to your phone. The plays, the odds of the plays, and how many units to put on each one. If you can copy those text messages, I think you'll be in pretty good shape. So consider that. If you've been on there before and you've fallen off a little bit, I know we had some bad beats in early football season. We're in good form now. I think it's the start of one of my very, very typical 2-3 month runs that you guys have seen in the past. So I'm going to use FanDuel for these games today. We're going to go through every single one. I think I got everything for you guys. We'll look at some money splits, all the usual stuff. Let me bring up FanDuel and we will just start going over these games. Let me share the screen with you guys. Let me refresh it as well so these numbers are as up to date as possible. That's why I like to do this. I know it's, I can't show you everything in real time, especially if you're swinging by the channel and seeing these videos later in the week, but it's as close as I can get you guys to updated numbers. So everything looks pretty good. Let's get rocking and rolling on these games. Some games in action right now, actually. I'm curious, really, really quick. Let me check it. What was the South Alabama score? Forgive me for just a second. South Alabama football. Yeah, they killed it. So that was actually part of premium. I had some picks that went out early this week. So already off to a good start this week. I think this could be the breakout week. Again, link to my website in the description below. I think this would be a huge mistake for you guys not to be involved from this point forward in football season. We're really going to make the books pay. Western Kentucky here, Sam Houston State. I wanted to see this line go up. I feel like I feel like 2.5 is kind of a gift. Man, I'd almost feel better if Sam Houston State was favored like 3.5. I know we'd be past the field goal margin. And ultimately, certain numbers are a little bit more comfortable to bet on. I'm just a little bit worried that this spread just seems a little too short. I like Sam Houston State. I think they cover. I just kind of want to see some line movement here. I would go money line. I would not lay any points. Minus 137 is a very inexpensive money line. So that's the way I would look in that one. FIU and UTEP. So this is 7 and the hook now. FIU, no doubt the better team. 7.5. Oh, man, that's a tough one. I think I'd still lay it. I think I would still lay it. I think FIU can get the job done by 10 or more. Would love to have a ticket with FIU minus just like 6.5 or something. Even the flat 7 would be okay there. Georgia State Marshall, I actually have no idea, especially with the spread of 9.5. I'm not even going to give you an opinion. My opinion would only be a guess. So I'm just going to pass on that one. Boston College, Virginia Tech. Okay, this is up to 7.5, and I think this is where we gotta sound the alarm bell. I mean, you gotta bet Boston College. No, I get it. It is a Thursday night. Home games, Virginia Tech can get quite rowdy. They still have a lot to play for. It almost feels like they still haven't performed at their best, and it does feel like Boston College, even after some good performances early, are they going to start falling off a little? I can't believe it. The total is only 49.5. We're getting 7 and a hook. I've said it time and time again that I'm very comfortable laying 3.5, 4.5, 7.5, 10.5. I'm very, very comfortable taking points plus 6.5, plus 2.5, plus 9.5. Here, I definitely want 7 in the hook. It's just that type of a game, even if it's a backdoor cover. Give me Boston College in the points. I think 7.5 is crazy. I bet that'll get bought back down. Florida State and Duke, gut feeling says Florida State, but watching them enough, you just can't do it. I'm still going to give you the prediction, though. I think Florida State's going to cover. Do they have their heart broken in this one? I don't know. I don't know why. Just gut feeling is just telling me that off a bye, Florida State is going to win this game outright. Take the 3.5 with that god-awful Florida State team. Man, they make me sick. Oregon and Purdue, I mean, just a brutal game to bet. Oregon won't care. A huge opponent in town. Maybe it gets Purdue fired up. Maybe Purdue covers or something, loses by like 24 or 26 or even 27, and you get screwed by the hook. This is a game you guys cannot be betting on. Please don't be betting games like this. There's so many games. Oregon doesn't care. They're going to go on the road. They're going to get a comfortable win. Do they cover? Do they not? I don't fucking know. It's a coin flip. Who cares? I will lay the points, though. Purdue is a really bad football team. Just not a game I'm going to be rushing a bet. Here is an interesting one that I do think has potential to shock the college football world. The whole universe is warming up and becoming very familiar with BYU. They're 13th in the country. Provo night game, phenomenal advantage for BYU. If this was still at 10 or 10.5, Oklahoma State would be a premium pick. It really would. I think Gundy off the bye week. This team has nothing to lose. Now the pressure's on BYU. Now BYU's starting to get crazy expectations, a lot of media attention. This is the type of game that Oklahoma State wins. And if Bowman can just avoid, now I get it. BYU secondary, their strength. I don't know. I mean, can they finally get Ollie Gordon going? I'm sure they're a little bit healthier off the bye week. I'd still take the 9.5 plus 10.5. I would love. I would actually bet myself 9.5. I don't know, man. It looks like a complete trap to take that, to lay that 9.5. I know a lot of you out there are thinking Oklahoma State sucks. West Virginia killed them. BYU's looking great. 13th in the country, and it's under 10. It's under that threshold of 10. It's only minus 9.5. I'm going to lay the points with BYU. That is how they get you. I would take the 9.5 points. And I know a lot of sports books out there give you alt lines or an ability to buy a point or two. Take Oklahoma State, buy it up to 10, 10.5. Probably still decent odds. I think it's worth a look. And I do like the over in that game. Fresno State, Nevada. This one's tough. Little better defense with Fresno, maybe a little better offense with Nevada, kind of a wash. The spread basically is is the same thing. We got a 2.5-point spread, slight road team being favored here. I guess I'll go with Nevada, probably on the money line. That's a coin flip type game. Wisconsin Northwestern, 7.5-point spread. Very, very tempting to take the points with Northwestern. I think this is just a really ugly game. Maybe it's a backdoor cover. Man, I wish I bet Wisconsin the other day. I didn't. I can't do it here. Give me the points with Northwestern. Close your eyes. Don't watch that one. Interesting spread, though. Very, very interesting. I thought it would have been closer to 10. Virginia and Clemson. Virginia and Clemson, 21.5. 21.5 at Clemson. Clemson, I even as good as Clemson is doing, you could even argue that Clemson is overachieving, which is crazy. They're only 10 in the country. We're used to them being like totally in the race to win it all. I still feel like this team feels disrespect. I still think Dabo is on one here. I can't lay that many points, though. Unfortunately, I can't do it. I'll take the 21.5 with Virginia. I think Clemson wins by like 17, 18, maybe even up to 20 or 21. Just not past that margin. I would have to take the points with Virginia. Louisiana, Coastal. Probably take 4.5 with the home team. Backdoor cover, probably. I think their offense can do just enough in this game. I'll take the points with the Coastal. Don't love it after that last performance against JMU. Wake and Cincy. Oh my God. Damn. Huge mental issue right there. Wake and Connecticut. A much, much different scenario. If we had Cincinnati minus 1.5 over Wake, that would be a premium selection. I'll take the 1.5 with Wake Forest. I don't care how bad the year is, man. Connecticut football, I mean, they're probably favored for a reason. I just can't do it. I will take Wake. I will take the 1.5. I'm not going money line. Maybe they literally get heartbroken by 1 point. UCLA Rutgers. Probably take the points here as well. This is probably just a super, super low scoring, extremely ugly Rutgers win, but not covering the spread. I will take the 4.5 with UCLA. Arizona State and Cincy. There's Cincinnati. I knew they were coming up somewhat soon in this noontime Eastern slate. Eastern time noon slate. Arizona State cashing 3.5. This is one where I think Arizona State has wildly overachieved. Now I'm worried about Cincinnati because we saw the explosive 3 quarters against a team like Pitt, who's still undefeated and ranked, but then they gave it up at the end. And I'm a little worried about that, but I'm not worried enough to take the bait. I will not be taking the field goal and the hook. I will be laying the points with Cincinnati. Give me Cincy here. I think they get the job done at home. Auburn, Missouri, 2 god-awful teams. Look, I don't love this game. I don't love this game because Missouri at Texas A&M screwed us on a lot of money. It was one of the most flat, gutless performances I've seen in a long time in college football. But the quarterback and talent mismatch here, throw in the home field, which isn't crazy. Missouri is actually over the past few years here, statistically, they've been better on the road. Throw in that, just so Auburn doesn't have that home environment. I got to lay the points with Missouri. I know it's tempting to take Auburn. Peyton Thorne, I can't trust him. Missouri still has, enough to play for here. They got to start getting the ball to Luther Burden. Give me Missouri. I'll lay the points. Don't love it. Nebraska, Indiana. Interesting. I think I'm taking the 6.5 here. I think Indiana's definitely overachieved. Good football team, great coach, maybe even a coaching advantage over Matt Rule. That might be pushing. That's close. But 6.5 is one where I think people will be laying the points with Indiana. I just think the game is just a little bit closer than that. I'm thinking it's a 3 or a 4-point win for Indiana. I'm going to take that 6.5 with Nebraska. Miami and Louisville. I think this is an upset. They should have lost to Virginia Tech at home. They should have lost to Cal. The Zebras bailed them out twice. Give me Louisville and a defense that hasn't quite looked what I thought it would to look like it this time. I have faith in the coach. I think Braum will get it figured out here. Mario Cristobal, Miami, they're due for a stinker. They've escaped death twice. They're not going to escape this one, but I'm not touching that money line. Give me the 4.5 with Louisville. I think they cover. Probably win the game outright. South Carolina, Oklahoma. Boy. Under 40.5. Tough game to wager on, man. Tough game. It's hard to believe South Carolina is going to muster up any type of offense here. Can Oklahoma do just enough to get a win here? I'll go Oklahoma Sooners on the money line. This is an ugly game. You don't want to be laying any type of points in. If you do like South Carolina, definitely take that 2.5. I like Oklahoma on the money line. I think they find a way. Kind of like in Auburn. They'll just find a way somehow. Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan here. No opinion. I have no clue. Very tight spread, coin flip game. Not familiar with either. Haven't watched a lot of their games this year. So my opinion to you guys is worthless on that game. I'm going to pass. Tulsa Temple, same thing. Get the fuck out of here. Florida Atlantic, UTSA. Interesting. I do think the wrong team's favored. I'll take the 3.5 with Florida Atlantic. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to find a way to win this game. I'll take FAU in the points in that one. Notre Dame, Georgia Tech. Give me the points. Give me the points. Notre Dame will get their win. But Georgia Tech's going to fight. They're going to fight in this one. The total's only 49.5. You're telling me this can't be upper 20s to lower 20s? Like or even like a 30 to 23, 30 to 20? A 10-point win for Notre Dame and a Georgia Tech cover? I will take the 11.5 points with Georgia Tech. I think they're going to get up for that game. They're going to fight. They're still going to lose. But that back door for sure will be open with a spread of 11.5. It could be a full 2 touchdowns, 17, 18 point margin. One last score gets you within the number. I'll take Georgia Tech and the points in that one. Texas State, ODU, no clue, pass. Toledo, Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois impressed me with the win over Bowling Green. Just not a team I want to lay points with. The line looks a little bit short. I think I'll go Toledo. On the money line outright in that one. Hawaii and Wazoo. This is a Washington State win. Is it by that type of a margin? I don't know. I guess I'll lay the points. No clue. Charlotte, Navy. Again, probably a comfortable win for Navy. Are they going to beat Charlotte by 17 or more? Navy football? God, I guess give me the points. Hate the game. UAB, USF. Probably lay it. I'll probably lay it here. Give me USF to cover. Houston, Kansas, 6.5 point spread. Kansas. Kansas. I do think Kansas gets a win. But my God, what they do at the end of games is horrific. And even against a bad team like Houston, what am I saying? Lay the points with Kansas. This is the get-right game. Their offense is going to explode. Look at the over in the game. I'm laying the points with Kansas. That looks like a huge trap. Kansas, man. I think they finally get it done and win by like 2 full touchdowns. Give me KU in that one. Rice, Tulane. That's probably a blowout. Lay the points, I guess. Ohio, Miami, Ohio. Boy, that's a tough one too. Ohio's actually been okay. Miami of Ohio disappointed me with the Cincy game. A little bit of a rivalry. Give me the 3.5 with Ohio. Really don't like that game. That could be an overtime type of a thing. NC State and Cal. Cal laying 9.5. Probably lay it. Lay the 9.5. NC State's horrific. And the travel? Yeah. Give me the team in California. Michigan, Illinois, 3.5 point spread. Interesting. The wrong team's favored. I mean, what are we doing here? Do I think Illinois is better than Washington? Yeah. Did Michigan go to Washington and lose? Yes, they did. Why is Michigan minus 3.5 on the road versus Illinois? I will take the 3.5 points. You never know what happens at the end. I'm not going to get crazy greedy and go with only getting plus 125 on the money line. If they made it like plus 170, maybe, but yeah, I'll take my points. I'll take my points with Illinois. I mean, Michigan can't score. Look at the total. It's 43.5. It's at Illinois. It's a low total. Both these teams offensively Both these teams defensively pretty good. You're telling me 3.5 in a game like that isn't important? I will take the points. Kent State, Bowling Green. Does Bowling Green kind of take out frustration after losing to Northern Illinois? Probably. They just kind of have fallen off, man. It's just so crazy to me. They were so competitive against Texas A&M and Penn State. Now, you could say it's because the bigger power teams didn't take them seriously, and that's a fair point. But yeah, I mean, who are we to lay almost 3 full touchdowns with that? And I know Kent State's bad. I don't know. That's probably a pass for me. Bama, Tennessee. You guys all want my opinion on Bama and Tennessee. 2.5 point spread on the road. Wrong team's favored, man. Wrong team's favored. I thought Georgia was as flat as a pancake in that Alabama game. They woke up late, didn't quite get the job done. Was Alabama sleepwalking against South Carolina because of this game on their future schedule? Maybe, but that's still not a good look. I don't trust Alabama. I don't trust them in this spot. Tennessee, it was disappointing, the Arkansas result. Now, was I in Arkansas that game? Yeah. Did I call that upset outright? Yeah, you can go back to the video. I think Arkansas is underrated, so I'm not gonna get too mad at Tennessee for that one. Should be a close game. I'm not gonna get greedy. I will take the 2.5 points with Tennessee. Maybe it comes in handy in overtime. USC, Maryland. Give me the points, man. Give me the points. I think USC gets the job done. They find a way to win here, just not by margin. I'll take the points with Maryland. Baylor, Texas Tech. Should be a really good game. I can't trust Baylor, man. I can't trust Baylor. Really disappointing year for them. Can't trust the quarterback position for Baylor. I'll lay the 6.5 with Texas Tech. That could easily be a very, very close field goal deciding game. We've seen Baylor fight and be in a lot of these games. The Colorado game, they're even kind of snuck back into the game late against Utah. Is it going to shock me to even see Baylor finally, go start to finish and actually get a win as an underdog? No, it wouldn't shock me. I think Texas Tech will lean on that running game. They'll take care of business. Colorado and Arizona is indeed my whiteboard winning free pick of the week. And yes, I am on Arizona. Now I put -3 and in money line, if the money, there's a lot of money. Let me bring up the money splits for this one. A lot of money on Colorado and it ain't looking good. I just think that tough loss against Kansas State is the beginning of the end. I'm really not sure if Colorado can get another win this year, to be honest. So let me bring up the money splits for this one. Arizona, I mean, guys, Arizona got pummeled. Colorado almost beat a very good Kansas State team. Colorado has all the media hype, and they're a road dog. There's even 3.5s out there. Let me find this game on here and bring up the money splits. Where are you? Where's this game, man? There it is. Yeah, there's a 3.5 out there still. Yeah, like 3/4 of the money against the spread. It's all on Colorado. And the money splits on the money line are even worse. 80% of bets on the money line are on Colorado. Only 63% of the money. It's super public underdog. I tell you guys time and time again, I am totally okay with being on a massive public side if it's a favorite, because sometimes the data's out there, the knowledge, the info, the long-term trends, the statistics, the projections, power ratings, everything. All the experts like me you find on YouTube saying we like a favorite, and everybody just joins in on the party and we have a good time cashing a ticket. Not with underdogs. I do not like public underdogs. I do not like Colorado on the road. I think Arizona can score. We've seen Arizona be really flippy, floppy. They look good and they look terrible. They look good. They look terrible. Well, the last game was terrible. I think they're going to get the job done here. Hopefully, like I said, with that pick, hopefully enough money comes in on Colorado just to get that money line down to where we don't have to lay the field goal. If it's 150 or lower, I would just go with the money line. Right now, it's a little too juicy. But I like Arizona, man. I like Arizona in that game. I like the over, too. Wouldn't be mad at an over bet. That's how I feel about that one. Wyoming and San Jose State. This is a San Jose State win, but 11.5 just feels a little too rich. I feel like this spread should be 8.5, 8.5 or 9.5. I mean, I don't want no part of putting my money on Wyoming, but for this video, I guess I'll take the points. JMU, Georgia Southern, I don't know. Is JMU just going to keep putting the smackdown on people? Line looks a little short to me. I'm going to take the points with Georgia Southern. Maybe JMU has a little bit of a battle in this one and only wins by 7. New Mexico State, Utah State, no clue. Texas A&M and Miss State. I mean, Mississippi State, man. At least number 14 in your home stadium might get you a little bit energized. 2 full touchdowns. Can they stay within 2 full touchdowns? I don't think so. I'll lay the points with Texas A&M. Arkansas State, Southern Miss, no clue. No clue. These teams both absolutely stink. I think I would maybe take the points with Southern Miss. Hate that game. LSU and Arkansas, great game here, and the wrong team is favored. LSU, great win. I gave you guys the trend in my last college football video last Wednesday. Brian Kelly going into that game in night games, why he's at LSU is 12-0. Now they're 13-0. So that trend was very, very strong. It was a good, fun game to watch. LSU got the job done. Now they're 8th in the country. They're overvalued. This team still has no defense. I don't trust them on the road here. Give me Arkansas to again get the job done in a big game. That line's just short. It's only 2.5. Everybody's going to be laying it with LSU. Let's look at the money splits. Let's look at the money splits for this one. I mean, everybody is going to be on LSU. No. Am I tripping? Am I tripping here? There's a 3 out there as well. There is a 3 out there. No, I'm actually wrong. Now, look, it's early in the week, but the money is all over Arkansas. But it looks okay. Like the money splits, 57% of tickets placed have come in on Arkansas here and 61% of the money. So the money splits are okay. But again, public underdog, usually not my style. In this one, I might make an exception and take that +3. There's a +3 out there. So maybe that's why, some of the money came in early because it was at a +3. So most of this handle might represent that number and not the 2.5 you see on the screen. We might get some buyback and some public money coming on LSU now that the number looks a little bit more enticing. So just keep that in mind. Ball State and Vandy, no clue. Get that out of here. A Vandy win. I just don't know if they cover. K-State and West Virginia, lay the points. I mean, do you guys not see Neil Brown and what he said in the press conference and the whole West Virginia football program? I was actually at the Iowa State game. I was at the Penn State game. It is a dumpster fire. The quarterback sucks. Undisciplined, crappy football team, crappy coach. Kansas State's going to whoop West Virginia. Lay the points. North Texas, Memphis. No idea, man. No idea. I want to lay the points with Memphis. I just wish it was single digits. I'll still lay the 10.5. Don't love it. Iowa, Michigan State. Is this kind of a decent little upset spot? Now, I was on Iowa last week. It was a premium play. I think I'm off them. Here. I think I like Michigan State and the points. I definitely would lean to the under 40.5. This is going to be like 17-16, is it not? 20-17, 17-16, 13-14. I don't know. I think it's going to be close. Give me Michigan State in the points. Give me the under. Georgia, Texas. 3.5 points. I think Georgia kind of stinks, man. I think I'm going to admit it. I'm wrong on this Georgia team. They are the most undisciplined. I mean, I got to be careful what I say, but they have a culture problem. They have a serious culture problem. I know it's welcome to the SEC for Texas. This Texas team's good. This Texas team is good. Georgia has struggled multiple times this year. Multiple times. They have looked bad. I was high on Georgia coming into this year. I thought there'd be a lot of spots where they wouldn't be as highly valued as they should be, and we'd be able to slam them, make a bunch of money. Now, look how tempting that is. We can take the Georgia Bulldogs and Kirby Smart, and we can get 3.5 in what should be a fun, competitive game. I can't do it. I'm laying the points with the Texas Longhorns. They might beat the crap out of them. UCF, Iowa State. Tell you what, as crazy as it sounds, and I've had some crazy takes on here this year. I called the Vandy upset over Alabama. I was on Arkansas over Tennessee. I've called some good ones that really don't make sense. This would be the ultimate Gus Malzahn game. This UCF team that's fallen off the rails. They look so good for a few weeks there, and they've just fallen off a cliff. Something is really, really wrong. But it's like one last breath. Gus Malzahn in all these situations, even at Auburn, just when like the whole tide was turning on him, he'd like win one more big one. On the road, Iowa State coming off a night game in Morgantown versus a team that looks like they've unraveled. Is this a sleepy spot where somehow this UCF team wins outright? I think it's possible. I think I'm going to take the points, but make no mistake about it. I don't really see a lot of in between. I think this is a last possession, very, very tight game, or this is clear evidence something is wrong in Central Florida. And this could be a complete beating because I watched that Iowa State team in person last week. They're good. They have good fundamentals, good discipline, good coach. Iowa State's at home. They could roll them by 30. Gut feeling, though, man. What are the money splits? I mean, money has just got to be all over Iowa State. Got to be. At the end of the day, I just still feel like they're an untested team. Yeah, I mean, just a disgusting amount of money on Iowa State, 96% of it. And there's a 14, by the way. I just looked out there. I think it was DraftKings had a 14 available. UCF plus 14, give me that. Kentucky, Florida, 1.5 point spread, coin flip game. The wrong team's favored, in my opinion. I'll take Florida here. I'll take Florida. They're the slight underdog. I'm going to take the 1.5, though, because Kentucky has no offense, good defense. It could be a close game. It could be a 1-point margin. Give me Florida plus 1.5. That'll be a fun game to watch. Colorado Air Force, Colorado State, that is. No clue. I think Colorado State gets a job done. I just don't know if they can do it by more than one possession. So that's a tough one. SMU Stanford. I just don't like the quarterback situation with Stanford. I wish that quarterback was healthy. I like him. I like a couple of their receivers. I don't mind that program. Just with their current situation, even 14.5, it looks tempting. I don't think it's enough. I'll lay the points with SMU. UNLV and Oregon State. I think we take the 7.5 here in Corvallis. I think it's going to be enough. Yeah, a full 7.5 in this game. Hopefully UNLV offense isn't quite as explosive as it could be. Kind of a sleepy little spot, night game. Maybe they get up for this one. I'll take the points in that one. TCU, Utah. Upset? TCU? They getting the job done here? I'll take the 4.5. I just, I mean, now with the Cam Rising situation, I guess it's a little easier for them knowing for sure who's going to be playing quarterback. And maybe that does help them. I don't know. I think TCU can sort of go man for man with this Utah team. I'll take the points in what I think is going to be a competitive football game. Boise State is next week, it looks like. So it looks like that is the whole slate. There you go, guys. Another week of college football. Week 8 NFL video coming out tomorrow. Don't miss that one. Again, the Whiteboard winning free pick. If you skipped all the way to the end of this video, go find it. It's in there. Feel pretty good about it. Might be a game that shocks a lot of people. And of course, I feel pretty good about the Whiteboard winning free pick I'm giving you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't forget, hit that like button, get this thing to 500. It takes like 1 out of every 10 of you guys. Let's get it there so I can bless you with a second pick, my best pick of the whole week. And of course, if you want all my picks this week, link to the website down in the description. Get involved. We're rolling into midseason form. It's going to be a fun ride. I'll see you in the next video.